At the time that I'm recording this video, today is the first day of spring. Uh, Today is the first day of fall, spring. I'm really excited about that, man. You know, fall and winter, those are my favorite seasons. As far as menswear is concerned, I'm a fall baby myself. Actually, my birthday is in like a week and a half, October 4th. So to me, this is the best time of the year, man. And in this video, we're gonna talk about fit. That's one thing that I realized I haven't really covered. I spoke about it briefly, but I never really went in depth. This video is not really going to be fully in depth either, but I'm going to tell you about one menswear mistake that can destroy your look. You know what I mean? So this is what we're gonna talk about today. Intro.
You should come rolling my
Yo, what up? My name is Vladimir Riché from ChaseandRider.com. In this video, we're gonna talk about one menswear mistake that can destroy your whole look. But before I get to that, I'd like to tell you guys a little story, right? So the other day, I'm scrolling on Instagram, and I seen a picture from Jesse. If you're not following Jesse, you definitely should. His name on Instagram is Blog. He doesn't really post a lot of suits. Actually, I've never seen him in a suit. He only posts sport coats and trousers, kind of like a more casual, classic menswear dude, you know what I mean? But he's definitely sharp, so you should definitely follow his page for some inspiration. But a picture came on my timeline of Jesse, and it happened to be a new sport coat from Spear & McKay. By the way, Spear & McKay just released somewhat, I don't even think they've released everything yet, but the sport coats this year that they've released so far have been absolutely bananas, you know what I mean? So Jesse posted a picture of him in a Spear & McKay sport coat that he just received in the mail. Jesse is one of these lucky dudes that his Spear & McKay sport coats fit him perfectly right out the box. He doesn't have to get them altered, like straight out the box. They look like they were actually made for him, you know what I mean? So he posted a picture, and I'm looking at the picture, I'm like, wow, this is crazy, you know, because he said in the captions that, you know, this is first sport coat of the season, and this is directly out the box. I was getting ready to comment like this is a crazy off the rack fit, but before I could even do that, I saw a guy's comment on there, and it says the size is too big, you know, and I scroll back up, I'm like, maybe we're looking at two different pictures. So let me take a look again. I'm like, how could this be too big? So I'm like, let me go to the comments to see if Jesse replied to him, if anybody else did. Actually, before I even went to the comments, I saw somebody else said, nope, this is perfect, which is along the lines of what I was thinking. So being that it was a Saturday, I didn't really have much to do that day. I guess I had time, you know what I mean? And being the petty dude that I could be, I gotta do better, by the way. I was like, yo, let me say something to this dude, you know? But before I could say something to him, I'm like, let me go to his page to see, you know, how he dresses. Because if he's gonna tell Jesse that his jacket is too big, let me see what he looks like, you know? So I was hoping that his page wasn't private, and it wasn't. So I go to his page, I notice he has 43,000 followers. All right, so he must be doing something right? So, but one thing that I like to do before I even start scrolling in pictures, I like to read people's bios to see what they're all about, you know? So I'm like, all right, cool. So that means people are coming to him for style advice, you know? So I start scrolling down his page, and I'm like, okay. And I'm looking, and I see this. Okay. I'm still scrolling, you know, because sometimes somebody can have a couple fits that's not the best, so you have to keep scrolling and give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Because if he's gonna tell Jesse his jacket is too big, I want to see how his suits fit him, you know? So I'm scrolling, I see this. That one kind of looks like he's, I don't know, like wearing leggings, not sure. So I'm like, all right, let me scroll a little bit more. And then I saw this. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, okay. And then I saw this one. So I was like, I have to say something to this guy. Now, to keep it 100, this guy looks like a nice guy. But the reason why I was so interested in seeing what he looks like after his comment is because I could relate. Like when I was first getting into menswear and thought that I was sharp, I used to think that the way that Jesse dressed and the way that I dress now, those type of fits were too big. So I've been there, but I was also younger. But when I went to his page, this is not a young cat. That was kind of surprising because from his comment, I was thinking that he's probably younger. Anyway, before I get back to his looks, if you go back to Jesse's page, I said to him, yo, I've been to your page. stop wearing your son's clothes. You know, just trying to have fun with it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this guy's a nice guy. But back to his page. Now, the reason why it made me really want to make this video, a couple reasons. First, when I see something that's a style advice on somebody's page and he has 43,000 followers, it tells me there's a lot of people that are probably looking at him like this is the way that you're supposed to look. Now, somebody's personal style is definitely something that's subjective, but when it comes to fit, the way that I feel about fit, it's either something fits or it doesn't fit. To me, there's nothing personal about whether or not something fits. It's one thing if you say, I like my suits to be tight. You know, I like to wear my clothes tight. I know it's not right, but that's the way that I like it. By all means, that's cool, you know what I mean? But that's something entirely different for you to see somebody's jacket that fits the way it's supposed to fit and for you to comment that it's too big. That's when I have a problem with it, you know what I mean? Because people are looking at you like the way that you dress, this is the way that things should be. So let's go back and look at a couple things. All right, so we're going to go back to this picture. This picture is one of the pictures that I have the biggest problem with. So since we're talking about fit, and I promise you guys we're going to talk about one mistake that could just stop everything in its tracks, is what my friends and I refer to as the dreaded triangle. That's the area that's visible between the button and the waist of the pants. So as you can see in this guy, there's like a triangle here underneath the button. The triangle is the shirt, right? So you can see how the shirt forms like a triangle. That's not the way it's supposed to be, man. Now, it's two things that's causing the triangle. Number one is the buttoning point. The buttoning point means where the top button on a 2-button suit buttons, right? So you really want the buttoning point to be around your belly button. Like, it doesn't exactly have to be around your belly button. It could be a little bit higher. We don't want it lower than that, definitely not, but it could be slightly higher. But this is the area where you want the buttoning point to be. The second thing that you want the waist of the pants to be higher, because what you want is for the waist of the pants and the buttoning point of the jacket to be around the same height. So basically, you want the buttoning point to be around your belly button, and you want the waist of the pants to be around your belly button as well. So that way, when you're wearing your jacket and you have nice open quarters is something that I spoke about in one of my earlier videos about 5 things that I wish I knew in my 30s. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it somewhere up here. But the open quarters is when the underneath the button of the jacket is kind of spread open. So what you want is, even though you have open quarters on your jacket, you don't want the shirt underneath the jacket to show. So the way you go about doing that, once again, is by having the buttoning point and the waist of the pants to be at the same level. This never looks good. So this is why I was like, I feel like I gotta say something, because this has almost 1,000 likes, you know what I mean? And which is cool. I'm not knocking him, you know, 43,000 subscribers is doing well. I only got like 300 subscribers, so I'm nowhere near the level of reach that this guy had. To me, that's the problem. You have people liking this, thinking that this is the way that this should be, when this is not the way that it should be. Especially if you're gonna be on somebody else's page talking about their clothes are too big. Let's look at another picture. So here's another one. Same thing. Now you're probably thinking it's because he has his hand in his pocket. It's not. That's just the way that his jacket fits, you know? Let me see if I can find another one. All right, here's another one here. Look at the one on the left. Let me see. Here's another one here. Here's another one here. So this is why I wanted to make this video about fit, because fit is something that's very important. Like, it doesn't matter how much your clothes cost. If it doesn't fit, nothing else really matters, you know, because the fit is the #1 thing that you want to accomplish. It's not easy. I'm not saying that it is, especially when you're buying your suits off the rack and you're buying fashion forward brands. But you have brands like Spear and McKay where you're not going to find their buttoning point to be all the way up, and you're not going to find their trousers waist to be all the way down, giving you that dreaded triangle. That's why I talk about Spear and McKay a lot. But let's go back to Jesse's pick. So once again, this is a sport coat from Spear and McKay, and as you can see, you can't see the shirt. Underneath the buttoning point, all you can really see is the pants, which is the way that it's supposed to be. But to make things even funnier, when I woke up this morning, I saw that gentleman had tagged me in one of his Instagram stories. And what he did was he posted a picture to his 43,000 subscribers of him and Jesse's picture side by side, asking them which one do they like more. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if 99% of his followers pick him. But how could you be looking at these two pictures side by side and really think that number one is the better look out of the two of them? Later on, he tagged me, as you can see here, at Chase and Ryder, and a couple other people that had commented, I guess, on his comment. So I was like, alright, so I'm definitely gonna make a video on this. What he does is clearly fashion, and what we do here on this channel is style, which is a big difference. I think that's where a lot of people get it confused. Fashion is more like something that comes and goes, you know what I mean? It's like GQ, for example, that's a fashion magazine, and you know, they cater to people that like fashion, which is cool, you know what I mean? But I don't do that. I do style, you know? And I can't believe this is even a thing. Oh yeah, matter of fact, yeah, he posted this and he says, any questions? Oh, he tagged me in this too. I didn't even notice this one. So this is 8 people that voted number 1. Just one guy voted number 2. And then he posted, any questions? I guess this guy told me, huh? So I hope that you get something from this video. This video wasn't really to put this guy down. This video is to show you 2 separate things. One is fashion, one is style. If that's the way you like your clothes to fit, that's cool, but you really have no business being on somebody else's page whose clothes fit them perfectly and for you to be like it's too big when your clothes fit you like you're wearing your kids' clothes, you know what I mean? And I wasn't even gonna make a video about it until he tagged me in his posts asking people which one do they like better, number 1 and number 2, and then he's gonna do the second post asking is there any questions. I don't have any questions, but I do have a video, I guess, you know. Oh, by the way, I just reached 600 subscribers earlier, man. Thank you to all of you who subscribe. Hopefully one day I have 43,000 subscribers like that guy has 43,000 followers, you know. So that was my one fit mistake that you definitely want to avoid. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, or everybody gonna think that you're a hater. And I'll catch you in the next video.